Hello, everybody. Is my microphone working? Yes, it is. What did we work on previously? Oh, yes, new features today. Let's see, where are my effects? There. Right, let's create a new particle system. Niagara. Where is empty? Completely empty. NS cell power cell effect. That's the one we want. Right, so then I have some notes for this, which is mesh renderer. What does that mean? Oh, wait. An emitter. Oh. I don't remember how to use this. Tenebrion, hello, how are you doing? Are you guys still freezing down there? Doing alright, and yeah, still fairly chilly here, but not as cold as early this week. It's funny because you've had like the complete opposite of us. Like, I know it's winter there, it's just how funny. Like, here it's a bit more mild this week, this weekend, but earlier this week it was 38. It was horrible, absolutely horrible. I can't wait for the cold. Oh. But how have you been otherwise? What have you been playing lately? Were you guys playing? Apparently you were playing Helldivers last night. Is there new stuff to Helldivers? Where is my material now? Oh, I heard about that collab. I should actually probably download that and have a look at it at some point. That is not the cube I was looking for. These are not cubes. Why are these all called cubes? I'm gonna have to find a cube myself, aren't I? So yeah. I have questions, Unreal. There we go, a cube. I wonder if I need to actually go and copy that. Go to, where is it? SM Tower Cell Cube. There we go. Open that. Why is my material basic wall? Okay then. What was my new material called? GitHub. Cell pixel. Cell pixel. There we go. Ooh, fancy. We can save that. We can go back here, and now we can actually insert that in there. So we can compile that and save it. Then we want an emitter state, emitter state.
I'd suffocate with your arms around my neck.
That's the spawn, that's the summary. Ooh. Da, 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 da. What type of spawns do I get? Spawn rate, spawn unit, new spawn. I want to try something. If I take a new emitter and I go fountain, that, let's add that. What do I get on this? I get, that's the emitter state. So that's self-update, emitter state, that's what I want. And that's going to be lifestyle is self. Loop once. Duration 1.5. Should be everything for that. Then we need a scale parameter. Scale scale. Nope, that's not on none of that one. Spawn rate. Spawn has nothing under it. There's the spawn rate. Spawn, that's also under it. Spawn rate. It's going to be 90 or 60. It's 60. What does that look like? Okay, fantastic. Let's disable that one. Okay, so that's 90 on top of one another, so that doesn't help us. So next we want... Wait, what did I just do? What did I just do? Oh, somehow went to the wrong... You want to save that? No, not really. Okay. So let's go back to that completely empty. Let's call this cell effect. Save it. Let's add some particle update velocity. Scale velocity? Or was velocity somewhere else? Where is their velocity? Particle update. Under particle update, we want... Under particle spawn. Sukilos! Hello, how are you doing? I'm doing good. How are you doing? Pretty good, thank you. Pretty good, thank you very much. How's your week been? Did you do anything cool? The initial particle, we want lifetime to be random, 0.8 to 4, and color should be the same. Mesh scale, is that under this one? Mesh sprite size. This week was insane. Our driver was gone most of the week and I had to cover for him in addition to doing my regular work. Wow, okay. So why was he off? Was he on leave or did he just decide, fuck this shit, I'm out? He had an affair and his girlfriend, wife, whatever showed up. Oh, damn. Damn. You had a week of drama. You were in a live comedy show. He'd been calling in sick for the rest of the week. Fair enough. Spicy tea week. Definitely spicy tea week. As unmet dependencies. Right attribute, mess attributes, scale, random uniform, 8 to, let's go with it, 0.8 to 1.4. I think this is way too big. Let's divide it by 4. Well, you had a very interesting week. Wow. We just had spicy weather, like really spicy weather. Thursday was 38 degrees Celsius. That is 101 degrees Fahrenheit, I think. Let me check. 38 C to Fahrenheit. 100.4. I was close. Can I get it for rounding? It's been nice there. Oh. What is nice to you? What do you call a nice temperature? A nice temperature for me is anything under about, I don't know, 24. Okay, let's see. We've done... You're hovering around 26, yeah? 26 is decent weather. At the moment it is saying 23, but that's a lie. I'm pretty sure it's 27. Yeah, 27. 27 is more manageable. But that's about the warmest it's been lately. Oh, okay. So you don't get very much heat like we get. A lot of the people I've spoken to are like, nope, I hate this. Not lately. We've had high 20s most of the time for the last few weeks. This is technically, I think, our third or fourth heat wave this summer. It can get warm and humid as fuck here. Just hasn't. That's good. So, for velocity, we want velocity and we want jitter. So velocity, linear. 80. Then that's fine. Get to the position. And initial velocity is 80. I would need more than that. Exec, hello. Yay! Oh, hello. I don't know if I said, but I work on Saturdays now, so you need to start streaming on Sundays. Fair enough. That explains why you were so quiet yesterday. Also, I hadn't been streaming for a while. I'm probably not going to be streaming for the next 2 weeks, because this week I go away for a holiday on Thursday, and then I'm only back in 2 weeks' time. Actually, I'm only back 2 weeks' time. Then the week I get back, I go to Sweden for the week. And then I get back, and I think the week that I'm finally back home is in 3 weeks' time. My spine hurts so much right now. What did you do to your spine? Oh, also Sakila asks, what did you do to your spine? I have no clue. How old are you? Are you approaching 30? Because then I can tell you what the problem is. You just woke up. I'm 22. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong then. That's, your 30 is going to be wonderful. But I work at a PC all day. So I rapidly age true. Spine shouldn't be hurting at 22. My spine used to hurt at 22, but that's because I slouched a lot, and I think I just actually hurt it. But then it got better in like a day or two. There was one day it hurt so much I thought I had to go to A&E because I felt like I couldn't even breathe. Ooh, that's a clever idea. Update. Add velocity, add rotation, initial particle. So you rapidly aged. I hate A&E. It's the most annoying place ever. I had to take my BF last Tuesday at midnight because he had a really bad ear infection that was hurting his entire face. Oof. How many hours did you sit there for? But UK A&E is arguably not great. A&E in the US is a romance drama TV channel. So you to referring to it as a place to go for back pain is kind of amusing. Oh, goddamn. You were there for 6 hours? I suppose I'm not surprised. That's usually how it goes. I know before I've been to... I once had a spider bite that started swelling up, and I didn't want to go to A&E because I knew it was going to take too long, but I had to go to somewhere. But there was like this walk-in clinic that I could go to. And you walk in, tell them what's wrong with you, and it's like A&E, but not for emergencies. So it's like you can go in, but there's not people there for emergencies, and I don't know what, I don't know, so I don't know. Anyway, go in, and I was in and out of there in like an hour, maybe an hour and a half total. I was like, what? And then I never know, because you know how you get to the end, and so they gave me paracetamol, and they're like, they asked, I can't remember what the phrase is, but they asked the question of, do you have to pay for this? And I'm like, yes, because I don't know any different. So I paid the £10 surcharge for it, and I was like, cool, well that was easy. Bro, could have been like an hour, but after hours GP was a moron, so we had to go back into A&E. Oh goddamn. From what I've heard, Hexic, apparently when you have a child, or when you're pregnant, you go to a completely separate department. You don't even go to like A&E. It's like a different part of the hospital you go to. And they deal specifically with pregnant and like infants and all that kind of stuff. And apparently that's just like hell on earth, like depending on where you go. Shape location. No, I don't want that. Where is the specific one that I'm looking for? Wait, does Unreal Engine have that thing now? Where's that help button gone? Fuck so. Or was it only an Unreal Engine thing? Where you going? Boy, you at the face. I'm watching you. Nope. What's even worse is when we get to the pharmacy by my home, the pharmacist said he had an ear infection, but couldn't give anything because he's over 18. But couldn't give anything because he's... Huh? But he couldn't... But can't... Why can he not have anything because he's over 18? We could not done anything because the pharmacist wasn't allowed to give antibiotics. So the pharmacist can't prescribe for people over 18. Interesting. I've had a prescription given to me over the phone by a doctor before. Like, apparently I get lots of spider bites. Another time I had a spider bite, I took a picture of it, I sent it to the doctors. They called me and and I spoke to them and like, look, you can, whenever I get them, I'll draw a line around like a circle so you can see how big it is. I'm like, this is how long it's taken to grow this size. And they're like, yeah, okay, cool. And then just prescribe me medication over the phone, like go fetch it. And I was like, cool. I didn't know that pharmacists couldn't do that for people under 4. Like, because I know in the UK there's a whole thing about getting like antibiotics is hard. In South Africa, you know how in the UK, if something's wrong with you, they'll just give you paracetamol? In South Africa, basically, they'll just give you antibiotics. Like, super easy to get antibiotics there. For shape location initializer, initial particles add velocity. I discovered the most effective pull for pain, and it's OTC. What is OTC? Ibuprofen and codeine pills. Oh shit. Yeah, that I can understand why. Like, I usually only ever have banana. Someone gave me like ibuprofen or something for something at one point. I was like, man, this shit hits fucking different. I felt great after that. Wait, update. What do I have under update? I've got scale color, shape location, skeletal mesh location, size, yeah, scale mesh size. That's what I want, right? Fixed dependencies, okay. Scale factor. How am I supposed to? Well, this makes no fucking sense. Scale mesh size. Okay, this is gonna be one of those weird things in Real Engine where it's gonna go take your current scale, and this will be the new scale. So I assume, based on the length of how long this runs for, that'll be the new size. Posture check, stretch. Ow, I kicked my back. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Hydrate. Crimson, hello. Oh my god. You know, it was a good stretch when your back goes back into place. And now look, I've got like posture. Can I actually even, how much height do I have? Oh, okay, I'm almost running out of height there. Apparently this is the most upright I've ever sat in my life. Let's try, if I do this, what happens? They grow, man. So let's do the opposite. What should we make them? Let's make them tiny. Hello? Hello? Then either stay small the whole time. So turn that off. Turn that off. Oh wait, but that's the size of starting them anyway. So that would make sense, right? You're just like... Also, this is definitely not the amount. Spawn rate is 6. I want 60. There we go. That's better. Then scale 0.2. Okay, I've got a better idea. This is what we do. We go and we take the initial size, which I've forgotten already. Yeah, emitter summary. No, just give me the whole thing. Where's the, there you go. Oops, size 0.8, that's lifespan. So let's go with a max size mesh scale of 8 to 14. So now they're massive, right? We're gonna play way too big, way too fucking big. Let's go 1 and 1.4. So gonna need so much more movement than that. Where's the jitter? Jitter position. Let's double that. Double it again. There we go. That's better. Then let's add force velocity. Let's double the force. Let's try that. That was so anticlimactic. Anticlimactic. I just made a moo dollar gate macro. Why Unreal Engine doesn't come with one is a mystery. What is that? Moo dollar gate macro. Oh, modular gate macro. Actually, why doesn't Unreal come with one? I'm sure I've had the same thought because I was like, what the fuck? You could push it, Crimson. You could push it to their GitHub and then be disappointed because they never look at their GitHub. Oh, let's check the state of my PRs, because I created 3 PRs this week for Epic, and I have a thumbs up. Apparently, I have 1 thumbs up. Fantastic. Also, they're removing blueprints in future anyway, so they don't care even. They care even less. I mean, fair. So I fixed some things, and we'll see if they get put in. I got a thumbs up from JP3402. Then I fixed some particle stuff. Oh, I'm gonna get a thumbs up on that one. And then I fixed .NET 6. This one was so annoying. So basically, look at this, right? Now, if you try and build Unreal GameSync, what happens is, if it builds from the main project, it's fine because it circumnavigates this. But if you try and build it, just build Unreal GameSync as a standalone thing, it fails because it goes, can't find .NET 6 in the bin release folder. You're like, okay, why is that a problem? Because Unreal Engine moved from .NET 6 when we moved from 5.4, I think we stopped using it. So nothing even builds in this way anyway. So it's like, why do this? And then this fix will just use whatever the latest that the rest of the engine is using. So this never needs to be updated again. But anyway, we're not going to talk about it. We will see if it ever gets pulled in. And if it does, I'll let you know. And I'll be super happy. The more I look at it, I think I've got 4 or 5 other ones that I want to put up, but I feel like if I just spam all of them up at the same time, they're just all going to get ignored. Make a PR when they remove blueprints to add blueprints back. They'll, you know, there's going to be like a commit somewhere where it goes, disable blueprints, and you can just go to that commit and go, copy it and just revert it and go re-enable blueprints as the next PR. I'm gonna be very sad when blueprints aren't in here. Like, very, very sad. BOB getting a monster. Rawr. Okay. That's what it looks like now. So let's go tower. Can we not go like this and then just open the base class? Can we not do that? Ah. Gun tower. Is that a C++ file? Oh, it is. Damn it. Fine. Just had a strawberry donut. That's my sugar intake for a while. I just imagine that you're a prince living somewhere, Crimson, and just eats like royalty. Although a strawberry donut does sound pretty good. What type of a strawberry donut? Lead me down this path. Let's explore this for a second. Is it just a donut with like strawberry icing on top? Or is it a donut filled with like injected? Like one of the ones where it doesn't have the hole in the middle? Like, you know? Also, jam is great. I've gone through a phase of eating jam again, which is weird for me. Wait, what was the difference between jam and marmalade? Like, jam was made from... There's a difference. I know there's a difference because orange peel marmalade is different. It's a strawberry jam-filled donut. Those are great. Very, very great. I had, for some reason, very common in Poland. Like, when I went to Poland, that was like the snack of snacks to have was donuts filled with things, and most of the time it was some kind of jam. I eventually discovered you can get them filled with pistachio, and that was a bad thing to discover because I love them pistachios. Let's try this out. Compile, save. Way too fucking big. But I look cool. Also too slow. I need it to be like snappy, you know, snap. Wait, Crimson, what are you having for either lunch or dinner today? Because I know you're going to have like an absolute feast. Yeah, we can leave that there for now. Fine, whatever. That. So initial size. We've got velocity. I actually think there's too much velocity now. So divide by 2, make the whole thing smaller. Well, my dinner was bacon cheeseburger with paprika fries. You see, you don't go for like normal fries. You go for like really good fries. Paprika fries. Man, that does sound good. Like Bubbles made sweet potato fries the other day and she put like paprika on them. Fucking fantastic. That is a good meal. Oh, and I'm hungry again. I just had lunch. Well, what time is it? I mean, it's 3 o'clock. I had lunch like 2 hours ago. Just normal fries with paprika seasoning, not different at all. Yeah, but it's... You gotta remember that in the UK, that's like an additional step from what most people would do. Lifetime, I'm gonna actually... let's divide by 2. Divide by 2. Compile and save. What does that feel like? It's good, but the color's wrong. Let's just, I want to check something. Just spawn 1. I want to see what the effect looks like. Properly. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, shit, that looks cool. Oh, I'm so happy with that. I'm a little too obsessed with blue. I'm gonna have to get some different colors. What's something else that's like super simple? Like it seems really complicated. I was actually having this discussion yesterday with someone, and we were talking about sort of a lot of the Chinese food, like all the food that he ordered Chinese last night, which is why we're on the topic. He was telling me about all the food that he ordered, he has made in some form, or he's made before. And he says it's actually super simple, but obviously when you don't want to cook, you don't want to cook. I feel like I need to, it's one of the things I want to get more into is different types of cooking. I'm just so busy, so I need like things that are easy and quick. That being said, I still spend like sometimes an hour cooking. So we need 2 things. The size is way fucking too big. So let's actually do this. Can we... How do we do this? Let's put this into the world. Then we go... Modeling. And then... deform, edit pivot. Pivot is where? Hold on, edit pivot. Pivot is there. Actually, why is the pivot there? The pivot should be centered. So let's start by reducing the size of this. There we go. And pivot center. I have to rescale this, don't I? Oh, we have to bake rotation. Go, accept. Nope, 0.5. That's why it looked weird. Accept the bake. Now the pivot's wrong, so now we can go to deform. blind, edit pivot, center, apply, and then we can go back to selection. And now that original should be that size. There we go. So now it's smaller. The Chinese restaurant, like 15-minute walk from me, does a buffet every Sunday at midday. It's really hard to not go there, lol. I suppose on a Sunday is also like the best day to go because the food's not really sitting for very long because they're obviously having to remake it. And it's sort of getting turned over very quickly, which is what you want in a buffet. Like one of the things he had yesterday was, it was beef with broccoli. And it sounded great. There was something else. There's just so much you can get. Bubbles and I went the one day, we got a Chinese nearby, and I got like one of the meals for one, right? So it came with rice, some chicken balls, some beef thing, and some something else like apple, fried apple something, right? Anyway, so that was for one person. Bubbles just ordered one thing, and we were like, we'll just split the rice, fine. The amount of food that it was for one person was brutal. Hold on, my door's ringing. And who is at the door? Let's see. Oh, it's Amazon. I'll be right back. I have to go get my Amazon parcel. Never mind, Bubbles is the fastest girl in the West. She's already gone outside and collected everything. What did I order from Amazon? What other type of buffets do you get? Because like, there's a Chinese buffet nearby us. Actually, we should go try it. It's actually not badly priced. I think it's £15. And I see tons of people in there all the time. The problem with the buffet is I know I'm going to get super overfed because I have a control problem. Like I see food and I eat food and then I go, I'm full, but I'm like, it's delicious, give me more. I do plan on going there on the weekend of my birthday though. Ooh, when's your birthday? We can extrapolate this. There's only so many weeks left in the year, so we know it's one of the years left between now and then. Buffet in my place is 18, which is still reasonable. 18 is reasonable. Like, have you seen how much, like a lot of the pubs nearby, like have you seen how much just a single dish at a pub is? Like £18 is really reasonable. I went out the other night and I think every single dish was just shy of 30 quid. It wasn't even a fancy place. I was like, what is going on? And they're like, you should eat more to support your local community. I'm like, with what money? And everyone's like, why is McDonald's so busy? Because you can get a meal for two at McDonald's for like 14 quid. Okay, so should I make this smaller? Let's press play. Random floating cube. Fantastic. And sell. Size, much fucking better. McDonald's is still shit though. It's consistent, which is what I like about McDonald's. You know what you're getting. Like, you're not going to go there for an amazing burger. But if you've been to a McDonald's, you've been to all of them, basically. Oh, I want pizza, though. I had pizza, Bubbles and I had pizza the other night, and I want more pizza. I can't eat McDonald's to their bread anyway. Is it legally bread though? Like, is it technically bread? That kind of limits what you can have at McDonald's, doesn't it? I mean, you can have chicken tendies. I like a good chicken tendy. Let's put the spawn rate back up to 60. Jitter size. I might even increase this. Actually, I think it's pretty good. Let's actually bring it down to 100. Particle state, fine. Velocity, that's fine. Scale factor, we'll keep that. Where do you go for like a really good burger, Crimson? Like you're like, I want a really good burger. Where are you going tonight? It's almost too slow. His size is good. Good burgers that don't cost a fortune is hard these days. That is very true. I mean, like Five Guys, they're known for, what's it, the smash burger, and their burgers are monstrously expensive. Like the last time I went to Five Guys, I think 2022, and I was coming out with a drink, a burger, and a milkshake. Not a milkshake, a drink, a burger, and fries, and it was 22, 25 pounds. Bring this down to 75. Particle initial state, lifespan 1.4, fine. I feel like it needs to scale. Fine. There's something off. Born rate is 60. Where's the initial velocity? Initial velocity there. Let's make this. Let's just times it by 4. I want to see some. Too much. The length is too long. I think it needs to spawn sooner. The lifetime times 0.8 and times 0.8, so 80% of it. Let's drop the scale by 1 point each. 0.6 go, and I think emitted the max life. Yes, the max life has been reduced. 1.5. Same. Too much velocity now. When does that stop, man? Because it needs to be immediate. I hate that this can't resolve anymore since 5.8. Is selling true, get world, sell actor. That's that. Sell system. Sell duration is less than that. Can we actually get rid of the actor? Where's the Niagara system? Of it. Warning too long. The emitter. Oh, yeah, that's why. So actually, let's do this as 0.25. No, 0.7. Then spawn rate 60. We might have to increase that. Let's multiply that by 2. Multiply by 2. Let's try that. Okay, a bit quicker. Better, but it needs to be moved. Where's it positioned? Get actor location. What is this? This is an F vector. F vector. F vector. If I can spell, colon. Make. No, not that. Is there a make function? Nope. Fine, we can go like that. That dot x comma dot y. Actually, let's not do that. Let's do this instead. Braxton, hello, how are you doing? I'm good, glad to hear. How is your day going? How many coffees have you had? I'm good, thank you. One coffee, pretty good. Still first cup. And a tea, ooh. What type of tea do you drink? Is it black tea? Drink it with milk? No milk? Pretty accidental, the size, but... Guess who's back? Back. Back. Back again. Yeah, yeah. Hexic's back, back, back. Welcome back, Hexic. It's a type of aged cheese, Chinese. Ooh, that sounds very nice. Thank you for the posture check. A stretch. No back click this time. And a hydrate. How many channel points do you have, Cenebrion? You must have thousands. It's actually pretty good. It's multiplied by 2. Because I think the math for this goes spawn rate is equal to number of particles to spawn. That's like per second. So take the full amount and we take how much we're going to spawn. So what did I set the lifestyle to? I set the lifestyle to 35, so it'll be 120 times 0.35, so it's 42 particles spawning. We should move it down slightly. Love buffets. All you can eat. Do you go to them often, Hexic? Which type do you go to? Do you just go to like Chinese? Do you go to all sorts of different ones? Went to a Chinese all you can eat a few months ago. There's one like around the corner from here. We need to go and try it at some point. I crawled out of there after eating too much. I think that's pretty normal. Yeah, that's much better. I'm quite happy with that. So let's... Wait, I don't think I put it on this tower yet. Not yet. When I was holiday in Turkey, we were there for 2 weeks, all inclusive, or you could eat buffet, but also unlimited free alcohol. That's brave, unlimited free alcohol. It was phenomenal, especially when British people are going there. It's like £1,100 per person. I mean, not bad for 2 weeks. It makes so much sense-ish. But to be fair, that included a flight and a hotel. Yeah, for that price, hotel, so 2 weeks, all your food's paid for, unlimited food, unlimited drink, hotel covered. That's really not bad. It's a weird bug. It's cheaper than living in London, true. $2,200 a month to live in an all-inclusive hotel. Shit, that is actually cheaper. And that includes food. God damn. That's a terrifying thought. Thank you for that. You're welcome. Let's do Cannon Tower. So Cannon Tower. Where is it? Dissolve, fine, sell. Then compile, save. What's next? It is terrifying that that's cheaper than living in London. Add break. There's one tower missing. Laser, missile, cannon, electric. I will be right back. I have returned. Actually pretty happy with that. What's wrong, Braxton? Is it because you see my face? God damn! God damn, Braxton! How rude. How rude. I'm quite happy with that. Okay, so sell, that works. That worked surprisingly well, actually. Yeah, let's commit that because damn. I'm gonna have to run a new task. I actually had a PR for this one, didn't I? DevOps, here's my game dev DevOps page. Now we just need game music and it'll be ready to ship. I actually do need to start looking at that. I need a cool, like, sci-fi-ish selling, like, glitch, whatever it is, when we sell them. Where is work items? There. Map boundary visual layer. That's done. Me save. Where do you set done again? There. Closed. Save. There we go. Work items. Backlog. In there. No. Work. Let's search for cell. Go. Closed, and then cell visuals number 43. So 43 dash. What? Fantastic. That's pretty good. So I'm happy with that. What was it next that we wanted to look at? The settings. Settings screen accessible from pause menu. Is it not? Seems suspicious. Yeah, it is accessible. Got all of that. Gameplay. Does this work? Apply. Resume. Pause. Settings. Back. Resume. Okay, that works. That's good to know. Change settings while in game. Fantastic. So, assigned to me and closed. Save. Board of boards. How many boards was your boards? Board if your boards could have boards. Nav bar settings. Is there anything as demo tech? Here we go. Spin towers on that. I don't want to work on today. Damage stats displayed on tower page. Could do that one. Oh no, wait, this is a different thing than I'm thinking of. Okay, so buy cards, buy sell. Upcoming enemies, UI overview, construct a visual. Didn't I just complete that? Oh, when a tower is placed, constructed. Okay, so that's the opposite of the one we want. They need to be distinguishable. What would I do for that one? Does this think? Go to active. Look at that one. Show more items. There are more items. Enemy info panel. Could get that set up. Just the basics. Let's move that to active. Currency earned on enemy kill should be visually thing. We've started that. Add the ability to show selected enemies when what? Add ability to show selected enemy when selecting. Ah, that we can actually add. Add a task. Move to active. I do wish you wouldn't jump me to the top. The user design of some of this stuff is very frustrating. Currency earned thing. Explore idea of having missile tower target always visible. Add fog of war when the player moves to close into thing. That one's done. Move to closed. What is this? So, a small indicator for which enemies have a missile heading towards them. That could be cool as well. Let's go active. The government is considering doing a free for returning disposable vapes. Are they still, like... What would that entail? Because from what I understand, disposable vapes were... When were disposable vapes banned? Oh, they were banned about a year ago, June 1st, 2025. I don't throw my disposable vapes out because I'm scared they'll blow up. I have a bag of like 200 disposable vapes. They pay you an extra 5, and when it's returned, you get 5 back or something like that. Man, you got a lot if you've got 200. But I thought, because disposable vapes were banned about a year ago, so in theory, supply of them should be diminishing in the UK, but I guess there's just so many still. Isn't there a thing where... So some countries, Sweden for example, Sweden does this with cans. If you buy a can, there's a charge added to the can, let's say 5 pence. And for every can that you return to a specific vendor, you get 5 pence, provided the can isn't crushed. I think it also means the vapes that are reusable, but basically disposable. Interesting, okay. I suppose these qualify as single-use vape ban. But like, maybe I don't know the difference between them, but I thought, I've seen a lot of ones that I thought were single-use that are still sold all over the place. Germany with PFAD. Nobody cares. think it's like a £200 spot fine if police walk past. Then police are so busy that they literally don't have time to go to the store and go like, Oi, listen here, man. You can't sell this, right, fam? Oh, PFAND. System in Germany is a refundable deposit scheme for beverage containers. Yes, exactly. Exactly that. $200 spot fine by 500 in profit for selling them. 500? You way underestimate. Probably $5,000. Why do you... So... Like, think about it, right? If that's the cost of operating for something, if it's just a fine, there's no point in... Like... If you factor the cost of the fine in to what you're doing, there is less than... So if you factor the cost of getting the fine into the product that you're selling, then you don't really sort of care if you get the fine. Because if you look at like some of the companies in the US, they get fined for doing something, but they just look at it as an operating cost and they keep doing it because they're making so much money off of it. Look at Samsung and the sort of what's happening with the RAM, where they're price fixing. It's like, yeah, they're price fixing it, they get hit with a fine, but it's like they're making trillions off of this. They don't really care. I have a £120 raid card that goes for 120 seconds second hand out of a server I bought for 100. Lol, that's funny. When I was vaping, it was normal to use refillables. I even built my own coils. Ooh, fancy. Well, same, but the vape store is ages away from me, so I swapped to disposable for a while. Active 4 to 5. How can 4 to 5 be active? That doesn't make sense. Active is 5 out of 5. Is 4 out of 4. Like, could you explain this? I can change the name. Closed is completed or done. Let's go with done. That's much better. In progress. In progress. Resolved seems like a pointless column because it just means that it's finished. Let's just go with completed. Completed. Okay, construct visual floating orbs. Is this for... So this is specifically... if we click on this and I click there, this is spawning tower. Save, so we can actually figure out what's going on. Where are all my active on? Wait, what the Either the system is so fucking buggy. I might actually have to move to Jira because this is driving me up the wall. Okay, spawning tower, click on the enemy, get the info panel. The problem is easily solved by quitting, but that is a personal choice. It's what I did. So did you stop so you didn't have to have the disposables and the refillables and all that stuff, or did you just choose that you were sort of over it now? Yes, but I'm a teacher. It's very stressful. I quit nicotine altogether. Ah, nice. My father used to smoke. He smoked for apparently years and years and years and years. And then he quit about the time that I was born. Explore idea of having missile. I like that idea. A little missile icon above them. The drug creates its own stress hard. Oh, I didn't know that. Trying to make sure I don't run the cat over with my wheels. It takes about 3 weeks to get out of your system, and it sucks. It's like the worst. It's like a horrendous 3 weeks, isn't it? 3 weeks of pain and misery. Could you, in a hypothetical world where you have 3 weeks of you can just do nothing, could you go to be put to sleep for 3 weeks? But it's the rest of your life. It's pretty terrible, but it's the rest of your life. True. I've never tried it or started just because people have told me how hard it is to stop, and I'm just like, well, don't have to give it up if I never start. No, you have to deal with the psychological effect of withdrawal, though. You can't just sleep through the detox. Oh, it's just more than just... So that there really is no simple fix. It's also the motion of hitting the vape. So used to doing that all the time. That's also true. I mean, it's for me, like, I'll unlock my phone, and before I even realize what I'm doing, I'll, like, open the YouTube app. And the amount of times it's like a completely mindless. I'm not even realizing what I'm watching. So I put a timer on YouTube on my phone because then it just breaks me out of it. And I'm like, oh shit, right, okay. How did we do the tower one? Let's open the tower actor. Man, I used my BF's PC the other day to look up a guide for something. It was so bad. YouTube is so bad with all the fucking ads. Oh yeah, it's ads upon ads upon ads upon ads. I didn't notice you could have 100 ad blockers. You have everything that gets blocked. I have ad blocker, but I also have YouTube Lite. Don't understand YouTube Lite, but anyway. YouTube Lite actually annoys me just because when having, because obviously it's on my phone. So on my phone, I'll usually just press the back button to go out of the video. Well, actually I press the minimize everything button, and that just puts it into a small window and it keeps playing. I'm like, no, stop. Use Brave, but I don't know ads on the phone. I use Brave browser for a lot of things. So a lot of the times when I read articles on my phone, I'll copy the link from like the Google story, and then I'll paste it into to Brave, because then I don't get any of the ads and the pop-ups and all the other shit. But yeah, before I had whatchamacallit, I would also use Brave to watch YouTube because no ads. Like the one day I needed to check something like kind of quickly in a bit of a rush. So I looked it up on YouTube, and YouTube's like, yeah, I have a 45-second ad. And I'm like, nope. YouTube should pay you for watching ads. So what they should do is a portion of the revenue goes to the person that made the video. YouTube keeps their piece, and then you get a piece. So the more you watch on YouTube, the more ad revenue you generate for yourself. I want to start a new business doing networking or something, but I don't know what I would do. I used to do it here and there on contracts, but it's so hard finding contracts these days. Because a lot of it's done through like big business to business things as well. How does it work? It must be the player controller. PC. Left click, so line thing, break hits, caster tower, casters. Oh, there we go. So can't I just do pass to enemy? Yes. Like that. And then we can go like that. 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 We can take this. We can go there. We can take this, put it up there. That makes that one neater. That goes like that. So if the cast fails, we go to that. I want a JBOD. JBOD 1U headless server. Oh, yeah, I could go with one of those. Power Vault MD series. Oof. Just a bunch of discs. Yes, 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 yes. I need one for research and research purposes. What is this? Start intermediate build product. Merge? Merge what? Show blueprint. Show the blueprint merge panel together, allowing you to use. The fuck did this come from? There's a blueprint merge tool. Ooh. I bet you this is why they want to get rid of blueprints, is because they hate dealing with merge conflicts for binary files. They're like, fuck that shit. Well, I force SATA sab HBAs, and I just feel like JBOD would make use of at least one. Yeah, that's very true. So let's close this down. Yeah, sure, why not? Save selected. TD game mode. So TD, oh, not that one, not that one. TD game mode. It's a subsystem. There we go. Tower selected. There we go. Control Z. Take that. That. And an enemy. E-N-E-M-Y. Enemy selected. On enemy. Enemy selected. Blueprint thing. Blah, blah. That. Control save. Yeah. You're complaining because you don't have a dynamic delegate. Then that will just be this, like that. This will be on enemy selected and a enemy base. Then selected enemy save. Then how are you declared? You're just don't give a shit. Got the enemy. I'm surprised you're not complaining, to be completely honest with you. I just discovered a key binding on Brave that sets the current tab into a new tab. I don't know what it is though. Accidentally did it on your stream. Ooh. Apparently Alt D, maybe?
You're cheating, bro. No, I am not.
That's not right. Alt D. Alt D. That just selects that. A bunch of lies. Close the current window, open the current window. Reopen closed tab. Current tab in Windows. New tab hotkey. Control T. Control T. That opens a new tab. But how do you move something? Alt Control T? I have no idea. Well, now we know it's possible. Well, what do I have inside of here? Man, you're so angry.
I'ma pull up to the club with tequila in my cup. Pour it till I've had enough. Feel the empty in my heart. I'ma pull up to the club with tequila in my cup. Pour it till I've had enough. Feel the empty in my heart.
Do you want to open everything you had open previously? Why not? It's not like I have a problem with too many tabs open. So then we can go like that. That one over there. You probably get moved down, just like a touch. There we go. Then we go core on enemy selected. Goes in there. That goes in there. Goes in there. And let's make it even fancier. Put two of those in. And we'll put that over there. That goes there. Let's save that. Let's make a panel for it. How do we do the previous one? Let's find out how this works. So let's go bind event on tower selected. Bind event on tower selected. This is inside of that. So that's the construction for this. Event construct, we bind to the event. So this was almost existing. Game mode. So let's find out who owns this blueprint. I want to see you in the reference viewer. Because my guess is the HUD creates this. So let's go and find out. So reference viewer, who owns you? You are owned by the HUD. Yep. Over there, browse to asset, that one. And I'm guessing, oh shit, there's a lot in here. So here we go. Event construct on level start. Wave update. Bind event on level lose. Bind event on level win. Bind event on tower selected. Show tower info. Bind event to on wave. Bind event to that. So if I can bind events to everything. Then on, so show tower info page is weird. So that does nothing. How does it do nothing unless it already exists as a page? Missile tower group. Wave starting, that one there. Interesting. So how do you exist then? You don't connect. So on show tower selected page. There's the tower info widget, find references, name, create widget. So we create the widget here, but we never use the thing. So then bind event on tower selected is useless. And I'm correct. So we can do the same thing, and we can go Control C, Control V, and let's move you down one. Can I please, pretty please, can I move you down? There we go. Not what I wanted, but I'll move you up there. They should all be ordered alphabetically, but whatever. So now we will have enemy info widget. Fantastic. And we will go and we will create one. So we'll go that. We need to change it. We'll then call a set on it. And that's actually fine. Whatever. That, like that, like that. Right. So that will add 2 of them. And what we will do is once we've constructed this, this will be selected enemy widget. Line both of those, take that, put this up slightly, make that sized. We'll come back and change that. Fill in correct. Should be that's set up. Now we need to go and take this. What? I clicked this, right? Browse. Oh, there. Heh. It's funny. So what is this? This is a parent class of the user widget. So common activatable widget stack. Can we just duplicate this? You want another hydrate? I'll give you a hydrate. Oh, where's my bottle? It's gone. I'll be right back. Okay, I found it. It may have been behind my laptop screen, and from my vantage point, I can see it. Hello, Nini. Oh, there we go. Well, thank you for that. Let's go with top. And this will be enemy info. So for now, since this is all the same-ish, so event construct. Okay, we don't. And tower deselected. Tower deselected. Ooh, we do need a deselect one as well. Find event on tower deselected. But is that on tower, or is that just a non? Who calls this? Tower deselected. Yeah. This is technically not call on tower deselect. This is technically this is call on deselect. Hi, Side Atomic, it's Arm. Arm renamed yourself. God damn it, I'm trying to confuse us all. What do you think this is? Why? Synthetic Arm. I like the name though. Very nice name. But I changed my name recently. How Devon being? It's going pretty well. How have you been, Arm? What have you been up to? Cat is sitting under my chair. It's terrifying. Tower Mist. So this is... I need to rename this. It's not how it's good. So if I go... We could call it the Tower Enemy Deselected. What we should actually do is for this, the internal call should see if a global variable, I wonder if it's even worth it, just calling it. So it might be worth changing this so that it doesn't call it when we click, because it gets called all the time, but only if a tower or a enemy is selected. So now you go to the TD sub menu. So tower selected +1. So this will just be called on. I wonder. Got two options here. So on tower enemy deselected or on deselected. Because what are we doing? It's the act of pressing in open space that doesn't trigger an event click for a tower or enemy. I want to give myself as much info. So it's on enemy tower enemy deselect. Try part of programming, figuring out a naming structure. Oh, well. Let's call it deselect. I'll call it map deselect. Map level deselect. Just clicking open space. So I don't want to call it no tower, no enemies clicked on. Yes. On no selection? Maybe on no selection. Yeah, on no selection. You could just go on deselection. Fine, on deselection. Deselection. No capitalized. No. I like this song. This can't be a free song. Oh well, I'll deal with it later. Recovering from a bad breakup. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I moved to Texas with my ex back in January, and we got into a messy situation that required me to do an emergency leave. Oh, damn. I ended up losing the majority of my belongings, and the most I was able to save was my drives and some clothes. Mind you, I fully furnished the home we had. Damn. I'm now back with my family for the time being until I get back on my feet. Wow, that is... I'm sorry to hear you've been having such a rough time, Arm. That's very disappointing to hear. That is quite a breakup if you're only able to get that kind of stuff out. Is there any possibility of you getting more of your stuff back later on, or not at all? Alright, is the correct playlist. Interesting. She can keep it. I don't want any attachment to her. I'm not pressed for the stuff. Fair enough. Okay. Well, I hope your luck turns around and you start having a bit better sort of progress in things. Have you had to build a new computer and everything? There it is. What's that? I decided to take a long needed time from online space. So I hadn't considered building a new rig until recently. That's actually probably very smart. Rather get your, yourself sorted out first. Magic coffee hand returns. Okay, so this should not compile now, and a whole bunch of things should be broken, which is what we want. Not that one. Let's go... How am I going to force compile play? There we go. That's what I want. So, on deselect... No, call on deselect, that's what we want. There, that goes there, we plug that in. Now we can handle the deselect with those two. This can be moved down. Coffee hand. Yes, Braxton, the magical coffee hand. Play where else is broken. That one, of course it is. Find event to on deselect, find event on deselect, that's what we want. Delete that. Then which one is this? Is this the tower info page, which is correct? That goes into there. On deselect, so here, tower deselected. So we'll call deselect. It's tower deselect. Go, compile, save, play. The other one's not breaking because it's not referenced anywhere in the code that runs, which is why it's not breaking. So if I do this and I click there and I click there, everything works. And I go here and I do this and I do that. And I go like this and I click on that one, and then I click on that one, and then I go upgrade, and then I go like that, works, and then I go like that, sell. All working. Oh, I love that effect. I will say some good news. I'm confident to get back into the dating scene. That's good. I've also been talking to some more people that are interested in my project and willing to stick around once I've got myself together. Awesome. That's really good to hear. What have you been doing on your project? Anything you want to talk about on it? Where is... Okay, so let me think now. Deselect is working again, so we're back to where we were before we broke everything, which is good. Next, we need to add the new tower to this. So that is the top enemy info one. If we go into here, on tower deselected, doesn't exist. So on deselect, find event on deselect, there we go. Take that, delete that, connect that there, put that there. So now we've got on tower selected, which is incorrect. So we don't want that, we want on enemy selected, find event on enemy selected. And then we can go and create an event for that. So what do we actually need out of this? There's a few things I want to keep, but a few things we really don't need. So update tower. Everything for that we don't need. So we can control Z that. And we can say everything in this block we don't need. Because we're never showing an upgrade widget anymore. Delete. So this is now correct construction. Then upgrade open panel, don't need. Tower info panel, I'm on the right one, right? Yes. Tower info panel closed. That we do want to keep because we can rewrite that. Then we want upgrade panel closed, don't care. Sell button. No, and then this one is the last one that we want. Now this will have oh, my cat threw up somewhere. Bubbles is not happy. Oh. Okay, so what do we have next? We've got tower deselect. So is the panel open? Yes. Now here we remove the decal, which is we still need to do, but now remember we didn't really discuss this, but I have no idea if we discussed it. In my head, I had the idea that the selected enemy has some kind of highlight system for it. How I'd like to do this is if we look at, why are you complaining? Oh, because, oh, whoops. That's why there was more space there. My bad. So let's go add event, custom event, not that one. I always get it wrong. Event dispatch, create event. So close is going to be enemy deselected. Ooh, I may have created an inadvertent bug here. So what might happen now is when I select an enemy, actually it should still work. I need to bind to an additional one here. Bind event to on enemy selected. And when the enemy is selected, we have to close this panel as well. So this would be event close, tower info close.
It's not RGHV, it's Marco.
Is it close or deselect? It's deselect. Oh, can I just rename this? Enemy info close panel. Enemy info. Well, it's actually just enemy deselected. This is not something to do with this. So let's go with enemy deselected. Compile. take one of these, put it here. Apparently that doesn't work. So event create me to these. Hello. Can you not bind to more than one? Huh? Event dispatcher. Select a function. None. It's on. Wait a minute. Ah, we forgot this. We need this code. Funny enough. Tower deselected. That's fine. So it is create event.
In the dark, drawing cold blood, hide away. Am I scared of
So add an event dispatcher.
trying to find? Cross my
Creating matching event, and this will be called enemy. So tower selected. And the tower is selected. We do that. I'm still working on the FPS project, I told you a while ago. Since I don't have a PC that I can really do is network and work on documentation. So I'd say I'm about 70% done with the overall documentation. Majority of the former character sheets are complete. That's really good. That's some really good progress, Arm. I'm glad you've been using the time to still make progress on your game. You're not just completely stuck, which is really good to see. Okay, so that should now work. Compile. Now, next we need another one of these, custom event, create. And this will be create a matching event. And this one will be the top one. There. There. Oops. You should be encompassing all that is upon you. There we go. So here, this custom event is going to be called update selected enemy info. Meh. Honestly, hardest part of programming, figuring out a good name. And then, so that's going to selected tower data. So this will be enemy data. Enemy, something to do with enemy base, enemy pool, enemy BP, enemy base, change type. That we set that, so that would be selected enemy data. Enemy data. There we go. Yeah, it can't be stagnant. Any progress is self-improvement. Even going through a rough situation, I still can't stop thinking about deving. That's really good. It's a good mentality to have, and it also gives you a good distraction, and a distraction where you're making progress towards something else. You're looking after your future self, which is also important. Because remember, all the work that you're doing today is for your future self. I'm sure your future self will thank you. Okay, so now we get the updated selected enemy. We don't actually remember what we do. I think what we do is we create a smaller widget class that holds the base for the enemy. For now, we have ads starting. Okay, let's wait for the ads. While we wait for the ads, let me replicate this logic level. I agree, but I still do enjoy deving a little bit more than playing video games. I'll wait for the ads just in case you have an ad break, and then I will respond. Some good coffee, man. Some good coffee. Done. Right. This one. So let's check if this works. So here, let's take this. Go find event. So on enemy selected. Find event to on enemy selected. So when an enemy is selected, we will create a new event and matching function. Nope, I don't want a matching function. Event. Delete. Oh, the ads over. Hopefully you can hear me. 1 minute left of ads. There we go. There's a lot of ads. "32 seconds. Oh, ads have ended. What did you say? So I said, I agree, but I do really enjoy deving. Love it more than playing video games. That's really good. I've noticed as I've gotten older, I've also enjoyed making games more than playing them a lot of the time. It is also nice to play games, and I find I have to have a bit of a balance between the two. But it's still good. So for today's breakfast, I'm having eggs and rice. That sounds very nice. You know what I did find odd? There aren't many animated horror films. That's surprising considering the number of horror games that there are. Maybe horror has to be a bit more realistic, so it's very difficult to make an animated horror genre, potentially. I don't know. I think in game dev, one of the most saturated markets is horror, because everyone sort of makes something horror related. Not everyone, but a large percentage of people do. Oh, I have an email. Why do I have an email? To be fair, a lot of methods that video games invoke, movies can't really implement because of interactivity. True. It's very true. I've actually wanted to make like a short film or a something in Unreal Engine. Don't know what, but I'd love to actually just have a project. Actually, I have a project in mind. I just don't know how to execute it yet. Like, there's just a short, it would probably be 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes. Just a short, quick clip that I want to make all in Unreal Engine, different angles, different lighting, render the whole thing out. It's just a short little, not even like, I think short film wouldn't even do it justice because of how quick it would be. I mean, think about it for, at this point, probably a year or two, maybe even longer. And eventually I'm going to get around to building it. It's just a weird little story that I came up with in my head. I was like, ah, that seems pretty cool. I have a firm belief that anything can be made into a video game. The limitation is how to execute it. Yeah. It's very much about execution. Look at games that are in the same genre that are executed completely differently. Look at, like, what's an example of this? I don't even know. But there are so many things where, like, the execution of it was what made it. Right, let's get a panel to show the info, and then I think we can call it a day. So I'd like to see, does this break anything? So what I want, I think, for today, before we call it, is just display the enemy's name, and maybe its health. That's it. Just something simple like that. So we know that this widget blueprint selects, widget BP selected is the selected tile. That's the widget BP. So widget BP selected tower. So we'll copy that, rename it, and we'll go selected enemy. Just keep the same. Style. Open that. Then we can probably delete. Is there any logic in here? Of course there's logic in here. Okay, let's break all of this first. So name we'll keep. Image we'll keep. This entire block we don't need. And that root is this. So delete that. Yes. Then spacer we don't need. That we don't need. That we don't need. That we don't need. Yes. I think I made too much rice by accident. There's never too much rice. What do you mean? Do you think it's possible to make a true 2D person, second person game? I'm not sure, to be honest. I suppose doesn't technically, you know that game where you can freeze time every time you, is it the game where you can freeze time? But the game where there's a game where as you move, time moves. So you can fire a gun and time stops. Then as you move, it carries on. If you've made too much rice, why don't you put it in a container? Super hot. That's the one. Thank you, Crimson. Why don't you put the extra rice in a container and then make like fried rice or something with later? Enemy name selected. So this will be selected. Me. Widget BP selected enemy, select overlay, background grid thing, accuracy, close. Okay, and then we can go here. And everything should be on fire when we click compile, and everything is, so we can delete all of that. Then decal, oh, interesting, that gets done twice. Set decals, selected tower. Let's close that, put this here. We can find that. Don't know what that is, we'll keep it. Show widget, so set second person, because second person is like viewing from the perspective of someone who isn't the main character on their actions influence what they do. Maybe something interesting to solve, if you can figure it out. Make for a cool experience. So let's change the type now. So this is the tower access. We want enemy base, which is that. Change variable. Then we go selected enemy enemy data. Save that. Then update widget is going to be upgrade widget. We're going to delete. Yes, is upgrade panel open? No. Enemy name, fine. Enemy overview, fine, fine. Then on tower info, enemy. Let's just copy that. Closed. Upgrade, delete, cell, delete, compile. Show widget goes update widget info. Where's update widget info? That's wrong. So that must now take enemy base as its thing. Delete that. Delete that. Compile. Take that. Select the name as enemy. Compile. Save that one. This can then be used as the setter. That's now happy. Devro! This is really awkward because I had your stream open and I was actually going to raid you after I finished my stream, but apparently you got to me too quickly. How are you doing today? There's my shut up button. What? Hans Panda, it's been a while. How are you doing? Too slow? Apparently I was too slow. Like I literally had your stream open. I'm like, I'm going to finish this quickly, then I'm going to raid you. And then you come in and I'm like, well, that's awkward. Now I'm going to find someone else to raid. I raid quicker than my shadow. Sounds like it. How was your stream? What did you get up to today? This we don't need anymore. Nice. I was working on the perk system. Nice. Let's raid to someone else. If you have any suggestions, Hans Panda, let me know. For my post-apocalyptic RPG. Has the progress on that been going really good? We can take all of this out now and delete all of it. We can shrink that down. And we can go get enemy. Have an idea where you play as a detective that has to transmit information to an orphan girl, and with supernatural powers through a CCTV camera. Problem is, he's strapped to the desk that controls hidden access ways and other weird supernatural powers. That actually is quite cool. That could work. I think that could definitely work. Fairly good, yeah. Lots of RPG stuff currently. Can't wait to add some action to that. Ooh. Any idea how far away you are from being able to add some action? The kicker is the detective isn't the main character. Dun dun dun. Let's save. So today I worked on a new cell animation for my towers. So now when we sell a tower, we get a new animation like that, which is pretty cool. I'm going to add something else for when we paste the tower down, but that'll be at a later point. But so far, quite happy with that. Looks quite cool. Recently, I also added this, what do you call this? Fog of war, just to prevent the camera from going out of base, which is quite cool. Looks nice, thank you. Sounds like a take on Murdered Soul Suspect, but this is... was the other way around, kind of. Ah, okay. What was that? So yeah, I've been working on that today. Then I've also been working on when we have an enemy spawn. Doesn't work at the moment. But we can currently select a tower and it shows us what's the info for the towers. But I now want it so when we select an enemy, we get a similar panel just to get some information about it. So I've set up most of the base for all of that. I now just need to make it so that that shows up correctly and that we have the panel, which is disappeared for some reason. It might be because I have too many things open in Unreal Engine. Is it this one? It's not this one. So this should be widget BP. Widget BP enemy. I'm sure it's selected enemy, selected tower. Oh, Nurkmind. I've been to Nurkmind. We can raid Nurkmind. Let me quickly see if I can get this done, and then we can raid out. What? Hashtag no pressure. Oh, here we go. So this is the widget BP selected enemy. Selected enemy data, and I wanted to find out if I take the base class, do we have a name on them? So if I go enemy base enemy, do we stipulate a name at all? Got a data table. What's in the data table? We do have a name, but I would have to have a function inside of this that gets it from me. Alright, I'm gonna head out, need to grab some food, catch you next time. Thank you very much for the raid, have a good evening, enjoy your food. And how does it... Oh wait, and he does it as to solve rules and read documents that give him access to more mechanics and decide clues which are within view through the CCTV. That could be quite cool. Is that the next game that you're going to potentially work on then? Let's do this instead of, so we do all of that, fine. Let's go like this and go this, and we will go, this is make literal array. Make float or something. It's make string. Value 1. Value 2. No. It's this one. Append, that's what I want. Enemy. That goes into there, delete that, and then we go random number, random float. No, just a random float, random float. That goes into there. That we can delete. Compile that, save that. Now I need to go to the top. It's a smaller project, so it'll be something I can work on my own over time. Also read the last comment before read oh right. He's pretty much guiding her and she's having a supernatural thing. Oh, decided. decode the clues from his view through CCTV. You should do that. I think that could be quite nice. I suppose the view would be kind of like, not Final Fantasy. What's that very famous game where the view is very much locked as you walk in? Resident Evil, I think, the Resident Evil games. So this should then see. So this should update widget. Update widget is called. Okay, let's just close on this. So that we can close. That close. That close. The original Resident Evil games were 2D person perspective games. Yeah, okay, so I was right. Thinking of the right thing. That closes it. Update updates it, but now we need get update info with this and that. Close, that's that. Where does it get constructed though? Yeah. So that happens, but something's missing. I'd say it's kind of like that, except you're sitting at a desk so you can look around the room and interact with stuff close to you. There are some points where you have to make her pick up the camera so you can view the room she is in from a different perspective, or view objects closer. Ah, okay. That could be quite cool. There's definitely a lot you can do with it. Okay, so to me, we've got this, which creates this, right? But then when does we actually show stuff? Update selected tells there's that. We set the info. Then if the panel is open, we clear the widget, we push the widget. Oh, so we do actually need something like this. Where's this called? Oh, that's called from there. So when the binding happens, that's what we need. So top is here. This was the old one. So we had so actually, that's a good point. Apparently I had thought of this. If this is equal to the currently selected one, not equal to it, it's true, then we set it to that. Okay. Unfortunately, this game does have a very sad ending. Her perspective on the TV reminds me how Outcast looks. Oh, actually, yeah, that's a very good description. So we have to build the widget. We check if the panel's open. Next, let's take all this bit over there. So if the panel is open, then we clear the current widget. And then we push that to the current one. So we take the common activatable, we push widget, and the widget will be widget BP selected enemy, like that. Then we take that, we push it into there. Can that be done? Nope. So selected tower info widget, selected that. Yes. Then on that we call update. Widget. And we give it that. Calls that and bind event close. Bind event to on. Custom. Off that one. Create event. Close panel. Close panel. That. Injustice! There's no Steam page yet, unfortunately. But hi, welcome. So we're able to switch between perspective from overhead cameras and Shui and the watch we are holding, considering there are supernatural events. Being a killer walking around, you gotta guide her to nearby safety to help ward off them. I guess you do things like also tell her to hide and all those kinds of things as well. If the panel is open, we do that. If it's not open, we build widget. We have a similar one for this one. We can fix that later. So let's go back to this one, save all of that. And then for now, we'll just do that. Let's see if this works. Why don't you want to work? It's not working. Yeah. Oh, it's fine. Okay. I have an idea of what it is, but I need to get going. So we're going to stop here for today. Thank you all for keeping me company. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your week. I won't be back for about 2 weeks. I'm going on holiday for a bit. Let's see. Who is live? Is Nerkmind still alive? He is still alive. Why is it not taking me to a stream? We will raid him. Have a good rest of your day. Thank you, you too. I hope your luck picks up and keep game Devon Arm. Crimson, goodbye. Hope you have a fantastic day. Hexic, goodbye. Raid. Or raid, no fine. There we go. Bye, Hexic. Have a good week. Let me know if you do anything fun. Bye. There is your raid message if you want to join for the raid. I will be back in about 2 weeks' time. Have a fantastic rest of your week, and I will see you soon. Bye, everybody. Bye.